Verse 6. So when he heard that Lazarus was ill, he stayed 2 days longer in the place where he was. Okay, so we've seen in the previous chapter they went up somewhere there in the north, most likely. So it took a while for the message to reach him. Then he stayed there 2 more days, and only then did he go. So why did he stay extra 2 days? Would it have affected the death of Lazarus in any way? No, it would not. Okay, because as we're going to see in the next verses, he was dead for 4 days. But we'll see as well in the next verses what the reason was. So actually, in a sense, you can't read it in the verses. This is just outside the knowledge of the culture of the day and their understanding of death and when it counts, a person counts as truly dead. Verse 7. Then after this he said to the disciples, let us go to Judea again. So he stayed there 2 days, stayed there, and then he told the disciples, okay, let's go down to Judea now, right? And we know that the people there, the Jews, the leadership, please, don't want to explain that the concept every time. Anyhow, the leadership that was against him, not all of them, so not all Jews are Jews, okay? Because a lot of the Israelis believed in Jesus, so they don't fall under the group of Jews. And so, yes, it was not a wise thing to do. Okay, it was not a wise thing to do. Verse 8, the disciples said to him, Rabbi, the Jews were just now seeking to stone you, and you are going there again? I mean, that is what the disciples now tell Jesus. Jesus, like, you want to go to Judea, right? Actually to Jerusalem ultimately, but Jerusalem is in Judea. They just try to kill you. They just try to stone you, and after that they try to actually, take you into custody and get you hang on a cross kind of idea. Okay? But they didn't know that yet. Okay? The leaders knew that, but they didn't know that, and Jesus knew that as well. So it's like, so what's the point? We're going there, and they just say, Jesus, not. I mean, really, this is not very wise of you, is it? I mean, you go to a place where you know you can die. Especially when, not just a question of like, I'm standing here high on this boat, if this thing capsizes, I might die kind of idea. But we don't know, it might not. If I know I'm going to die, then maybe I wouldn't have boarded the ship kind of idea. Told other people that the ship's going to capsize, don't board or something like that. But anyhow, but I didn't, so here I am. But Jesus knew this, and that's what I'm saying. They're telling him this is not very wise. Verse 9. Jesus answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? If anyone walks in the day, he does not stumble, because he sees the light of this world. Okay, so yes, Jesus 12 hours in a day. Now we know there's 24, right? But they counted 12. Because 12, half. 6 o'clock till 6 o'clock, sunrise till sunset. That's how that day kind of worked. Okay, now yes, sure, again, sometime in the year the days are longer, sometimes they are shorter. We do know the sun move, etc. I'm not going to go here into geography and the movements of the sun. And in certain times of the year the day is longer, certain times it's shorter. Although they're closer to the equator, we are super close to the equator here. We just crossed it yesterday, actually less than 24 hours ago, a couple of 100 kilometers to the south of the equator now. And but they are closer to the equator, but still there's a time difference in length of the days. But they still did work on a 12 by 12 kind of system, 6 o'clock till 6 o'clock, sunrise to sunset. So this is why Jesus is speaking of 12 hours in a day. It's not as if he didn't know there are other hours in a day as well. And then he walks in the day, he doesn't stumble. So in the daytime, when you walk, you don't stumble. So like, yes, it's night now, but I can walk here. Why? Because there's lights. Okay, but if it was like dark out there, I mean, I would not be able to walk. I will stumble. So if there's no moon and anything, and it's dark, then that's kind of logical, right? Okay, especially in an area, in a place where there's lots of rocks lying around. Okay, it's one thing if you are, say, walking on a frozen lake or something where, well, okay, in a frozen lake you might stumble just because you're going to slip kind of idea. But if you walk on a tar road with nothing on it, or if you walk in a place where there are rocks kind of lying around, you can't see it, so you're going to stumble over it. Okay? And this is understandably their geography would have been a bit more like that than flat tar road. So yeah, if you walk in the day, Why? Because you see the light of the world. So who is the light of the world? That is Jesus ultimately. So okay, and Jesus is the light of the world. So therefore, in that sense, don't worry, I am the light of the world. I know what I'm doing. Yes, the time is, there's still time. I can still do this. I need to do this while there's the possibility, while I'm alive, while I'm breathing, I can do this. Why I kind of say, I always have people say, when are you going to retire, stuff like that. It's like, no, I don't want to retire ever. But I just want to like die on the mission field or something, dying what I'm doing now, because while there's light, while there's time, you need to be busy with the Word of God and not just go and sit on the beach somewhere. Now, as well, I don't say if that's true for every person needs to do it, but I think a few more people ought to do this. Especially some people who've worked so long for the glory and learned so much, and then to kind of retire and not do anything with the knowledge they attained, kind of a pity. Because I kind of feel that I'm only now understand all the years just kind of a preparation. Verse 10, but if anyone walks in the night, he stumbles because the light is not in him. So if you walk in the night, explained already, if you walk, now you can't walk over there because it's water, so I'm not Jesus, can't walk on water, except if it's frozen, it's like close to the equator, it's not going to be frozen ever. If it happens, then you know, the end time is here. And so you walk in the night, you stumble. That's that, in that kind of geography, understandably, right? Why? Because light is not in him. Jesus is not in him, okay? So if Jesus is in you, then you can do, then you need to do the work. In Matthew chapter 28, he's going to tell us that we're supposed to go out and teach others, right? Make disciples. That's kind of what I'm trying to do this as well here. Okay, so with Jesus in you, you're not going to stumble. Jesus, the Spirit with him, he has the light, he is the light, so he can walk and he's not going to stumble, right? He's not going to stumble. They're not going to take his life, he's going to give his life. This is part of the plan.